there and welcome back. As always, I'm Carl with Targets of Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Grab your pens and paper, sit back, get ready, class is about to begin. First, a little bit of syllabus work, so to speak. If you're a knife lover, and you must be or you wouldn't be watching this video, or you just love neat new outdoor gear, well, I assume you subscribed, and if not, why not? It's easy enough. Just click that little button right down there. It says subscribe. After you do that, you hit the bell next to it. You get notified whenever I put out a new video. It's a win-win situation. Win for you because you get to see all these neat new things I'm showing. And occasionally some stuff that's not so new, but maybe you haven't heard as much about as you'd like. Great for me because the more subscribers I have, the easier it is for me to get all these neat new things to show you. Also, I invite you to follow me on Facebook, and I do have a Pinterest page with all sorts of neat knives and the like on it. You might want to check me out there. But enough of that, on to class. Today we're taking a look at a knife from CRKT. They're billing it as a new knife for 2019. It's not really. The style is new. It's the Moxie. It was originally designed by Matthew Lerch. It's a nice knife. Originally came out in 2013 or thereabouts. 2019, they've redone the handle into this neat gray and black pattern. But other than that, it's still pretty much the same knife. It's 4.23 inches closed. It's got a blade that's just a little over 3¼ inches long. Got a nice little lanyard hole there. TPE for the handle scales, which makes it nice. Pocket clip is set for right hand carry tip down, and you can't move it. That's all she wrote, nothing else. Which is a shame because I tend to prefer to carry mine tip up, but fortunately I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, sorry, this one is not as friendly to you as I could wish. Another thing I'm not so sure I like about this is a so-called safety feature CRKT built in called the, oh Lord, what is it called? Let me double check here. Yeah, the fire safe thumb stud system. I don't know if you can see it too well, but if you look at the thumb stud, see that there's a little notch on it. You cannot open this blade except by use of that thumb stud. And then what you have to do is you have to push the thumb stud in so that that little gap you can see right there disappears. And then it's right out. I mean, it is assisted opening, so it does, once you push that stud, blade deploys beautifully. The reason I'm not too fond of that is that if you don't have a reasonable amount of hand strength, that can be a real problem. For instance, my daughter cannot open this knife, neither can my wife. Having a safety feature that keeps someone from being able to use the knife at all just strikes me as, I just don't see it. But I gotta admit, if you've got the thumb strength to use it, other problem is that you have to have the knife completely closed. See, I didn't have it completely closed, it wouldn't fire. Once it's completely closed, fires nicely. It is a liner lock, and as you can see, liner comes in, covers a good third of the tang, so you got a good firm lock. Maybe not. See, I just almost cut my finger off on that. Now, there it's nicely locked. That was somewhat discouraging. I don't know what happened. I may have to send this one back because it should not have been able to do that. Okay. See, it's okay now. Now it's locked up beautifully. So I don't have to take points off this knife for that, which is a shame because otherwise they've got double cuts, which rest right on my hand at least, forefinger and pinky. Makes it very comfortable in the hand. No jimping on the back, but thumb rests on the blade very nicely anyway. Does have a little bit of jimping right there. So if you're back, that's nice, but quite frankly, I'm not going to hold a knife like that too much. My thumb's going to be up there, or I'm going to be like so. But other than that, as I say, it's fairly nice. Got a little bit of a cut so you can choke up, but that's not a very deep cut, so the choil leaves your finger right next cutting edge. I don't really like that too much either, but it works. So let's see how it does straight out of the box. No touch up, none of that. Start off with our standard piece of paper. And okay, as always, that CRKT Moxie blade is just making mincemeat of that paper. Nice. Standard piece of corrugated cardboard. In and through very simply. Cuts nicely. Cuts the edges soft nicely. Works well. I like that. Hang packaging test. Let's see here. Standard soda bottle. About the same as most hang packages I've had to work with. In beautifully. Cuts nicely. Yeah, I sure can't complain about that. Very sweet. Okay. Paracord. Let's see how it does on paracord. Yeah. Large loop did nicely. Smaller loop beautifully. Now we get to what I consider the real test, so it's more of a tip than the rest of the knife. That's one. Well, gotta admit that was sweet. That tip is gorgeous. Takes it right out. Leather. Heavy cowhide as always. And let's see here. I had just cut that leather off. I'm not taking that little tab right there. There it did. So, you need to cut some laces out of cowhide for any reason. This will do a beautiful job. I mean, that was slick as you could get. Wood. Let's see here. Got a piece of wood down here. Standard scrap lumber from down my shop. And it's just making very short work of that. Let's see how it does on toning, which, as I've said before, I don't really recommend this with a pocket knife, because that pivot point is going to give you a failure point that is going to give away sooner or later. But people keep asking me to demonstrate this, so I mean, that's just with my hand. That is very sweet. Very sweet. And let's see here. Wipe the wood chips off. Yeah. I don't see any markings on that blade, do you? That did great. Here's one that is something of a new test for me. I got a couple people who seem to like this. Suggested to me by one of my friends who does knife shows. He's always cutting zip ties off of guns so that he's interested in buying to check the trigger, check the barrel, that sort of thing, then having to put new zip ties in. So, and I've also got a friend who is an electrician that uses these things all the time for tying up lines that he's putting in. Makes it nice, easy to hold them together. Let's see how this does handle. That was almost too easy. And how about if I want to just, if after I had used this to tie a knife closed, I just wanted to trim it to make it neater. One. Yeah. Yeah, this one, I handle zip ties like nobody's business. Sweet. So, let's go back to paper again. Make sure we didn't get any damage from the other tests. I don't think we did, but let's make sure. And it's still like a hot cutting through the sky. Beautiful. So there you have it. CRKT Moxie. Now available in a gray and black handle, which isn't really that different from the old handle. I'm not sure why someone decided that this should be called new for 2019, not when the knife design itself is from 2013. But man, it just, the only thing that concerns me is the fact that at one time it did not lock up. Now see, now it's locking up just beautifully. So it could have been just a fluke, because I'm sure not getting it to collapse now. It's holding on like nobody's business now. I'm still not sure I really like that safety lock on there. As I say, my daughter can't open this knife, neither can my wife. So, what's good a knife that you can't open? But if you have the strength to open it, yeah. Extremely comfortable in the hand. Beautiful blade. Sharp as all get out, straight out of the box. And it passed the test. Got to declare it another nice consideration for an EDC knife. I mean, Matthew Lerch designed some very nice knives. So, yeah. All in all, I think CRKT still has a winner here. But, in the meantime, I'll wish you luck. See you next week when class is in session again. Until then, may the wind always be at your back, sun never in your eyes. May the road always rise to meet you. And remember, if you're going to do something, no matter how minor or how major, even if it's just looking at knife porn like this, do it with attitude. See ya. Bye now.